Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Brandon from Audio Addiction. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. As you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing a reaction video to Crystal Lake's newest song, Dystopia. I want to give a massive shout out over to Jess at Sharp Tone. Always giving me some lovely bands to check out. I love Sharp Tone, so I feel like I've made that pretty evident here on the channel. But I just want to show them some love because they're awesome and I love working with them. So big salutes. Love you guys. Anyway, Crystal Lake's new song, Dystopia. Very excited to do this. I have not listened to Crystal Lake in quite a bit. I haven't listened to them since they have their new vocalist, John. So I'm excited. I haven't listened, and I don't believe I've listened to John's previous project, 10 Seconds to Life. So I'm just going into John completely blind. So, pretty excited about that. And let me know what you think about Dystopia down in the comments section below. But without further ado, let's get into the track. Ooh. Let's go! I like the vocal layering. That's sick. I do it. Oh, that blast beat section's so sick. I just wanna feel like shit, cause it feels like I like this. A little bit of cleans, okay. Or clean section, I mean. Ooh. Good stuff. Ooh, I like that little female outro vocals. Wonder who did those. All right, that was Crystal Lake's newest song, Dystopia. Want to give a shout out to Sharp Tone again. I know I already did it before, but getting the double love tonight. For the track itself, I thought it was very good. To be fair, I wanted to give John the benefit of the doubt, so I wanted to do a reaction video because I hadn't listened to the last 10 seconds of Life, and I have not listened to John's new stuff with Crystal Lake either. And it's not because I don't like John. I think congratulations to him for winning the actual tournament and going through. And obviously, he's a very accomplished vocalist. So, I have to give him the kudos on that. But I wanted to kind of give my thoughts on John as a whole vocally, because I think there's some things that I would argue he does better than Ryo, but I'd also think there's some things that he might not do as well, which again, granted, two different vocalists, two different styles, so this isn't a dig against John whatsoever. It's just comparing apples to oranges, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I view it. Now, the things I'm going to start off with that are negative, or maybe not, I guess, necessarily negative, but things that maybe were a little bit of a change. I would say in terms of like vocal strength, I mean, he's definitely got some great screaming under his belt, certainly. And he's definitely a great screamer altogether. But I will say there were some parts where I felt like maybe he could have gone a little bit like heavier, or he could have showed off a little bit more of his range, because the thing that I think of when I think of Crystal Lake, I just think of how diverse Ryo's screaming was, and in his range, he was just like undeniably a great talent. And I know that Ryo is in Gnosis. That's no dig to, again, this is no dig to John whatsoever. But I think I think John's definitely playing a lot to his strengths vocally. I think he's got a unique styling to what he does, and I think he hits it very well in the stride. I loved his kind of like mid-range like growl. I thought that was really nice. That scream before the breakdown was insane. So I'd love to maybe hear a little bit more of that. If the other single had that, definitely let me know down in the comments. I'll check that one out too. But this one kind of felt a little bit more safe to me, just based off of what I know. It almost reminds me a little bit like sonically of Watch Me Burn, which was like kind of one of the last couple Crystal Lake songs that I've really listened to. But that kind of reminds me a little bit, I guess, sonically as well as like musically wise. It kind of has a similar style vibe, which is totally great. And I think it plays again to John's strengths as a vocalist. I also really loved his clean vocals, which, again, I was not expecting that whatsoever for a Crystal Lake song, but I think he definitely brings a unique tone. And I know that he had some cleans in the chorus as well that was layered over top of the screams, which is really enjoyed that. I love the dynamic of that. That was really interesting and really unique, and I think it brought a lot more dimension to the track as a whole. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But I really enjoyed his cleans. I think he's got a great kind of like warm tone to him, and I think I would love to kind of hear him incorporate a little bit more clean singing. I think that would be really interesting to see. I think in the chorus, it's definitely a good push to have, obviously, that. But I like that they kind of flip the script, give you best of both worlds. They hit you with a breakdown, but also gave you a really interesting kind of like outro bridge part, which was really sick. So got to give him 2 thumbs up on that type of styling. Really enjoyed that a ton. As well as that, instrumentally, I really can't, talk any crap about the instrumentation, because I still think that it still has very much the core DNA of Crystal Lake, which is just like obscenely like insane like instrumentals in the verse parts, and then in the chorus they kind of break out and do more of a traditional kind of like a little bit more in the normal things that you would expect from a Crystal Lake chorus, but also things that you would expect from a Crystal Lake verse part as well. I think they really have a knack for how to write those sorts of songs, and I think even if I didn't have John's vocals, I would know for sure that this is a Crystal Lake song just surely off of the instrumentation, because the way that they have the mix and mastering done, the way that they have the writing done, is very evocative of what they do as a group. So I think that in and of itself is arguably a core element that I would argue remained from previous Crystal Lake material to current Crystal Lake material, which is great. I love to see that. But yeah, I don't think John was bad. I don't like if this was taken as a diss to John. It by no means it was a diss to John. I think, again, I feel like I have kind of just jumped into John on a whim and just kind of wanted to see what he was capable of doing. I did watch the like the trailers and like the competition and stuff like that, and was kind of looking out for John's stuff just because I knew he was going to be the vocalist, because that's just watching those types of competitions every week. You could kind of get a sense of who was going to be in the top people. But I knew of him as a vocalist, and I'll probably have to go and listen to some of his other material as well. But I think he has really big shoes to fill. He had big shoes to fill back then. He still has big shoes to fill now. And I think that no matter how people kind of skew it, they're always going to be like, oh my God, he's living in Ryo's shadow, which is really terrible. And I'd hope people give him more of a chance to grow as a vocalist. I think he's accomplished a lot in his time, and I'm sure he's going to accomplish a lot more within Crystal Lake. So I think it makes me excited. I really do want to go give the other single a listen, so I'll definitely have to throw up a reaction video for that one as well too, just to kind of give my full 2 cents on what's going on. But I thought this was really solid for a song that, again, I haven't listened to Crystal Lake. I listened to Helix maybe about a month or two ago, but in terms of the newer stuff, I haven't listened to, other than this song Dystopia that has John on it. I didn't listen to the previous one, so I'll have to go do that, give my thoughts on it. But I think he's a great vocalist. I think he fits. Certainly, I think it was just going to be a very hard shoe to fill, and I think he's done a very good job of trying to find a good niche point between his vocals as a clean singer, but also his vocals as a screamer. And I think he's doing his best to manage those things. So I think that's really all you can do right now, and I think he's really bringing a different styling, but also kind of a little bit familiar. I think he, like, especially in that mid range, I feel like he's kind of got that down packed, and that was something that I feel like Ryo hit pretty well too. So you can definitely hear a little bit of similarities in that. And anytime a band loses a vocalist, I mean, that's a big core component of their group. So, I think for me personally, I'd like to give them more of a chance and more of an opportunity to, like, see what they're made of, what they're gonna do. I never really try to base my opinion off of just one song. Obviously, this is a reaction, so like, I only have one time to listen to this, and maybe by the fifth time, everything will click and it'll make sense to me. But I really feel like John deserves a lot of love, for keeping this band alive and together, and that's awesome, and I love that. And I wish him the best. I think he's clearly going to be doing some really good stuff, and they're going out on tour with ABR in the States here, which is awesome. So plan on seeing Crystal Lake at some point this year. But yeah, really, really fantastic song. I thought it was very good, and again, excited to check out the other single, so I'll have to go give that a listen. But let me know what you think about Dystopia down in the comment section below. If you agree with me, if you disagree, would love to know your thoughts. I'd also love to know your thoughts on the other single that they released as well, just to kind of give me a gauge on what's going on. But yeah, would love to know your thoughts on it, and tell me more. So thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 3K subs, and I'm pretty close, so if you could help me get there, that'd be awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Love all you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.